You don't want to live an average life. You always want to live a boss life. You want to live the highest life possible. You don't get in life what you want. You only get in life what you deserve. And the problem in the modern world right now is everybody wants something. Everybody wants high level things. They don't want average things. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. Everybody wants to be the biggest platinum producer or platinum artist. Everybody wants the cars, the trips. But the question is, do they deserve it? Do you deserve it? You may have something that you want that's a high level thing, a luxury car, a certain type of life, a certain amount of money in your bank account. But ask yourself, do you deserve it? What do you do every day? What's your schedule look like? Look at the last 5 people that you text in your phone. Was those conversations a ROI? Was it a return on investment? Are these business partners? Are y'all planning on starting up a business? How are y'all benefiting each other mentally, spiritually? Are y'all, like, think about that. Look at the history in your computer. Are you constantly on World Star? Are you just listening to entertainment podcasts? What's the return on the investment of your time and energy? People want things, but they don't deserve it. And, you know, if you spend time around me, I could break it down. I could just look at your phone history and look at your computer history and tell, you're just talking, but you're not about the action. Actions always speak louder than words. I look at how people, what people define as entertainment. I define books as entertainment. I define making 3 to 4 beats a day. I define watching podcasts that I learn things from. Doing business with a lot of different people, finding different artists, hiring people. I changed my definition of fun. At one point in time, the definition of fun was just smoking a bunch of weed and not doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, before I made it, let me tell you a true story. Before I made it, I was living with my ex-girlfriend. I used to smoke a pound of weed a day, just selling $100 beats. I was in Valdosta, Georgia. Anybody from Valdosta, Georgia, they know me. I was working at flipping burgers at McDonald's, living with her, using her laptop to make beats, using her car. I didn't have anything. My phone was even in her name. So just complete loser. But in my head, shit, I was on. In my head, life was good. I got unlimited amounts of weed. I made a couple $100 a day. Plus I had a regular job. I was set. I was extremely happy. But one thing happened. One day I woke up and I just realized, I was just like, yo, man, I'm a fucking loser. I'm living off a fucking girl and all I do is get high all day and just make beats. I'm not contacting artists. I'm not traveling, trying to locate to Atlanta or New York or places to get off on these beats, connect with people. I'm not sitting here doubling down in my brain and learning and becoming the best version of myself. I'm just getting high being a fucking loser. That shit hit me. I remember going to a family reunion and at this time, everybody had graduated. My cousins was graduating with valedictorian and everybody was graduating and going to different colleges. And I remember my family walking up to me like, hey, Kevin, what are you doing? Like, did you graduate? What college are you going to? Fucking embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's like I had my family was just looking down on me because, I got a GED. I failed twice. And everybody around me was picking, they was excited about different colleges and stuff they were going to. And I just like, man, fuck this shit. I ain't gonna be no fucking loser because sometimes people, they don't have to tell you that they feel like you ain't shit. They feel like you a loser. They just you can just tell with the energy, how they distance themselves away from you, how they move. You could tell by the aura where it's like, all right, this person feels like, that they're above me. I'm too low. It was just a nasty feeling. But you know what? Sometimes you got to get destroyed in order to be rebuilt the proper way. Sometimes you got to get your feelings hurt in order to ultimately get up and change. And I think when I look back on my life before I made it, I think all the embarrassing moments is what gave me the courage to keep going. But that's the thing though. What's your why? You have to have a why. Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to be successful? Why do you want to start that company? Why do you want to grow? I remember I was dating this girl and I ended up getting cheated on. And she cheated on me with a guy who had a nice car in a crib. And at the time I didn't have a crib or a car. And I thought to myself, I was like, you know what? This shit's never gonna happen to me again. I'm always gonna have the best car everywhere I go. So part of me getting on was a stupid reason. I was just trying to have the best car. I wanted a $100,000 car. You know what I mean? I wanted a $200,000 car, and I busted my fucking ass. And then, another reason why was the family thing. It was like, I'm tired of the family and friends looking at me like I ain't shit just because I'm not graduating, just because I'm not making good grades. The only reason I'm not making good grades is because all this shit is bullshit. People just now realizing that. I'm like, I was ahead of y'all. You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna use algebra 2 anytime in your life. It's pointless. You know what I mean? I'd rather just beat on this fucking desk and practice making beats. You know what I mean? So, but I'm telling little funny stories or whatever. But real shit, you have to have a reason why. And sometimes it may be a stupid reason. It was stupid to work so hard because I wanted the best fucking car. Because I got cheated. It's just stupid, But then later on, like every year, your reasons of why should change, Then I think the third year, I was like, you know what? How the fuck what it look like with me living in these penthouses, driving these nice cars, and my mom still going to work, So I went to go visit my mom, and she couldn't take off work, or she took off, and in the middle of work, her boss called and said, hey, I need you to come back to work. And I heard it while she was on the phone, the way she was talking. And I ain't like the way she was just talking. I was like, man, fuck that. You ain't got to work no more. You know what I mean? I'm just take care of you and stuff. And in my head, I felt bad when I said it, because I was like, I should have been did this. You get what I'm saying? But in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm going to work even harder because I want to make sure I take care of my mom, because I don't want her to have to go to work to be bossed around, for her to be told what to do, asking for permission to get off, like that slave shit that everybody loves. I don't know why people love that. It's crazy. We're in COVID-19 right now. There's a fucking disease that's killing people, and people still got to go to work. Their bosses make them go to work in something that they could potentially catch and die from. That's how crazy people are. People are born slaves. You got to break out of that shit. You know what I mean? You bet on yourself, or you're going to work for somebody else who betted on themselves. That's the way life goes. Pimp or be pimped. Sell or be sold. So the reason why I'm telling you these embarrassing stories, it ain't like I'm like fully proud of them, but I want to show you that I'm just like you. You know what I mean? I below fucking average. Never seen an A and B on my report card ever. The only time I did good in school was in fucking PE and band. That's it. You get what I'm saying? Friends, family, nobody believing in me. Just like you. Some of the people that are watching this right now, your grades are probably way better than mine. You probably have even more support. But I'm telling you, if I could make it coming from a small fucking country town where nobody's ever heard of, then you can too. But you have to put the work in. Double down on your brain. Go to bed smarter every day. Whatever, if you're watching this, whatever field that you're trying to get in, you need to become a learning machine in that field. That's all it took. That's all it takes. And I'm not going to judge you by your whys, because as you know, my whys were not the best. But whatever your whys are, that's what's going to give you the fucking courage and the energy to keep going. So if you're watching this, take down a piece of paper, get a yellow notepad. I love yellow notepads. Write down the reasons why you want to make it. You may want to provide a better life for your family, for your children, for your loved ones. You may want to just grow a company so you could bring value to people. I don't know what your whys are. You may want to be if you're watching this, you probably want to be a producer. You probably want to be a major artist. That's cool. Everybody will tell you what the fuck they want to do. But why? Write down your whys. Don't ever, ever, ever accept being average.